Okay, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to run reports on our database data. I'm using Microsoft Access as my database software, and I'm using a populated database with information about national parks. So in previous tutorials I've showed you how to sort, filter on single and multiple criteria, and run queries. So this will be the last tutorial in my installment, and we'll be doing reports. So we're going to start with the ribbon. Currently on the Home tab, I'm going to choose the Create tab, and I'm going to locate the Reports category and Report Wizard. Now, a report can be created based on tables or queries. So I'm going to first do a table using the, a report using the parks table. And let's say I'm interested in the acreage only of the different parks. And I kind of want to know where the park is located. So I'm going to choose the park name. I'm going to, using my single arrow, send that over to my selected fields area. I'm going to use the state and the acreage. And I'm going to click Next. Those are the only fields I want included. Then I am going to group by state. And then I'm going to group by acreage. So that's a subgroup there. Click Next. And I do not need to sort, so I can click Next. I can choose my layout and orientation. I'm going to leave that there. I can use my change my style. As I change style selections, I get a preview here. So you see Metro, Boundary, Origin. I'll just keep that one. Click Next. Then I want to name it, and I'm going to name this one Acreage because that is the majority of the information we're looking at in this report. And I can preview the report or modify the design. I'm going to preview first, and we can see here our finished report shows Alaska as the state, and then acreage and the name of the park. There's a few things about my report that I don't like. I don't like that I can't see all of the state, and I don't like that the acreage heading is so much further away from the actual data. So I'm going to show you, I have multiple pages here. Okay, so I don't like those things. I am going to close. This is in print preview mode, so I'm going to close that, and I see that I'm in design mode now, and I can change the way my report looks. So the first thing I want to do is, you see these orange pieces are selected. I want to deselect them. And one thing I didn't like was that I could not see all of the state. So in the page header, I'm going to select state, get my double-headed arrow, and simply adjust the size for my state. Another thing I didn't like is the fact that my acreage column was so wide that my data was way far away from my header. So I'm going to select acreage, get my double-headed arrow, and bring that in. Now I should see a much better formatted form or report. So I'm going to go to my view and choose print preview. And what I see now is my state and my acreage is a little better lined up, and then my park name. So this gives me, there's some other things that I can adjust about my report in this view, and I can change my acreage. I'm going to set that to be center, and then I'm going to go down and choose the data to be centered as well. And then my parks, I want to, let's right align that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and make my state just a little bit larger since I have plenty of room. And let's see what that looks like for us. Okay, so that looks a little better. We have our state there. We can see those. We can see everything is not as jumbled up. Okay, so look at multiple pages here, and everything looks pretty good. Still a little design features that we could adjust, but that gives you an idea of what those, what that report would look like. So you see the report is here. I'm going to go ahead and close that. So I'm just going to come over here and choose my sub-level close window. And it says, do you want to save changes to the design of the report? I'm going to click yes. And then I go back to my table view. I'm going to go back and do another report. So I'm going to click Create, Report Wizard. And this time, I'm going to choose the state from my table. And then I'm going to use, no, let me take that off. Let me change this to query. And I'm going to use my query 1, where this is a prime example of why you should name your queries and your reports to indicate what is in them. Query 1 doesn't tell me what I'm going to find in that query, but when I select it, I see that I've got park, city, state, the year it was established, and the admission fee. So I can work with those. I want the park name, I want the state name, and let's do the admission fee. And then I'm going to choose query 2, and I see that I have park, state, the year established, and the yearly budget. Let's see if it will let me choose the yearly budget. And then I'm going to click next. I get this nasty little error that says I have chosen fields from record sources which the wizard cannot connect. You may have chosen fields from a table and from a query based on that table. If so, try choosing fields from only one or the other. So I chose 2 different queries based off of the same table. So it can get a little kind of touchy. So I kind of try to choose fields from the table, because then I don't get those nasty little errors. So state, year, the park, and let's do budget. Now this time what I want to do is show you how we can see how much yearly budget is allotted per state. So I'm going to sort by state, and then that's the only sort I need to do. Let's do next. I want to sort on the year established just for fun here. Now, summary options. I want to know what the sum of the yearly budget is by state. So I'm going to choose yearly budget and put a check mark in the sum and click OK. and then click Next. And then again, my layout, my orientation, I'm going to choose landscape for this one. Click Next. I'm going to go ahead and keep that as my style, and then name it. And this is going to be primarily information on yearly budget. So give it a name and preview the report. And so what I get then is my typical state being cut off, my year established, the name of the park, the yearly budget. So what we see here then is we have 8 parks in Alaska, and the yearly budget sum located here at $26,284,000 is the yearly budget for the state of Alaska. So again, I can close my print preview and go in and make some changes to my design. So I'm going to take my state out here a little further. My year established doesn't necessarily have to be that big. And I want to center my year established. Oh, I guess I need to make that a little bigger so I at least get the text in there. Year established centered there. Let's go ahead and center our park as well. And the yearly budget, we're going to left align. Oh, it's already right aligned, I'm sorry. And right align that. And then since the sum is yearly budget, we're going to add some text here to show, because it did not do that before. So our sum yearly budget. All right, let's see what we have now with our report view. And we see that we can now see our state. Our year established is centered, as well as our park. And our yearly budget is right aligned, showing our sum as $26,284,000. And we can see that for each of our states. So that allows us to print this report now and use that to maybe establish support for a proposal, or to support statistics that we're looking at. So that is just a little simple tutorial on how to run reports to support the other tutorials in this installment. So I hope that you have learned enough about running reports to feel comfortable going in and running a few of your own to support the work that you are doing with databases. Thank you for viewing my tutorial. Again, if you have not viewed the other tutorials in this installment, I encourage you to do so and broaden your use of databases. And if you have any further questions, then feel free to locate the contact information on my blog and ask those questions via email, or leave a comment below on my blog, and I'll be sure to get back to you on those. Thank you, and have a great day.